Tugithiaga na mbere na ndereti tumuthenya wa umuthi mwiroreri wa Othaya Global na nyerire gutengeria kuria kwa Stepwing Hotel makao mari located barabara nene ya kuma Othaya guthii Nyeri haria hetagwo Kiamwathi na mena motungata matiganite ta mena swimming pool, mena conference hall angiko wina mishemanio yothe, mena gardens handu ungihuruka na handu ungiuka kurianira na arata aku. Oho mena nyumba cia gendi, we ukite Nyeri no akorwo gicererwo ugakorwo ugikinya guku Stepwing na ni magukorwo magikuhe motungata makinyaniru. Thogora naguo ni mubashirire. Ngakunyita ugeni mwiroreri wa Othaya Global na nyerire na muthenya wa umuthi ni ndakurehera mugeni o ule turari nake haha twakorwo tukiaria maingi megie kuigithia na agikorwo agitutariria maundu megie gu save gukomba na tugikorwo tukinorwo maundu maingi muno makiria. Na muthenya wa umuthi tutekuria marigu ni ngwenda tukorwo tukiaririria uhoro wa kuigithia thiini wa manyumba kana nyumba cia gukomborithia. Na riu reke ndimunyite ugeni nigetha akorwo agitutariria kana ni wega mundu gukorwo akiinvest thiini wa nyumba cia gukomborithia. Karibu sana Mr. Kiogora.
Thank you very much, Madam Esther. Duke ni muthenya ungi mwega twaririo muthi orwa kuigithia ari broti na nyumba cia gukomborithia. One of the main challenges and areas that people are very keen on today is about investing in the land, real estate. Today, whenever one is employed, the first thing, even the parents are pushing their sons and daughters. Have you bought a place? I want to hear at least to own a title deed. It is important. But on the other hand, it depends, first and foremost, when you are buying these pieces of land that are being advertised all over by so many agencies. Before you borrow that money to buy that piece of land, the first question you need to ask yourself is the purpose of that land. Yeah? Are you buying it for speculation? Is it for your own consumption? Is it for residential houses? What is the purpose of that piece of land? How do you tell the purpose? And maybe what can help you? What guides you in choosing or making the decision? One, where the piece of land is, what are the economic activities in 10-kilometer radius from where the land is? Stand where the land is, just look at 10-kilometer radius. Turns all directions. What are the economic activities? Are there schools? Are there hospitals? Yeah? Are there farms? Are there industries? Because you need to know, if you are buying this piece of land for speculation, what accelerates the price of a piece of land? It's basically what we have talked about. But many of us, we have been told, no, this one, it's proti maguta. Yeah, just kauko ndani.
Karibu na barabara.
Unaambiwa kuna maybe you are told that there is a railway crossing here. There is ABCD. What is it coming with? How is that going to influence? But yeah, the cost of that land in the next 3-4 years. When you consider these economic activities, you consider the ones already in place and the proposed ones. But mostly consider what is already in place. Someone tell you there is a bypass there, so there is a road coming through there.
There is a school.
There's a school, there's a college being proposed. How many years? When was it first mentioned? Some people bought pieces of land, yeah, in places that have never developed. You bought a piece of land at 300,000 5 years ago. Today, the cost is the same. No one has ever constructed there. There's nothing that roots like it's coming there anytime soon. Actually, some of those lands have been swept away by the floods. Yeah? So when we talk about now investing in rent houses, like you have asked, I think you have heard maybe some prominent people, investors, talking about discouraging people about doing rent houses, about investing in real estate. I'm of a different opinion. And maybe unless people misquoted the person who talked about it, maybe it's only one or maybe a few guys who have talked about it. For me, I'm of a contrary opinion. Because you find that basically it depends on the reason, again, why you're putting up those houses. Today, we have a lot of rural-urban migration. It's not likely to stop. We have so many people in colleges. Yeah, you have people actually leaving their rural homes to towns. Then, if we stop doing these investments, who is going to host them? Watakawapi. Even the ones who are discouraging people from doing those rent houses, they started from somewhere. They never started life in town from their own houses. They had it to rent. Yeah. So sometimes there are times that we go up with the landers, and then we forget the process. Where did we start? The other people are starting today. Yeah. So one of the factors that determines how fast one maybe what determines the ROI in the rent houses or real estate. What determines the return on investment? One is a source of capital. So if you're doing a rent house, or maybe rent houses, maybe hostels or any form of houses or business houses, if you raise your money from maybe other sources other than borrowing, it's a very good investment. The returns are good and you recover your money very fast. Yeah? Because you need to look at it at this point. Maybe a building that is going to cost you like 30 million to put up, maybe it's a flat, can fetch you an income of between 180 to 250 per month, depending on where it is and who have you hosted there. Yeah. The same case, if you put that money now in this other liquid investment or the contractual investment, you are likely to get the same amount per month. Now, what you need to look at is this. If I'm putting this money in a liquid investment and the income or the interest that I'm making from that liquid investment or the contractual investment I've done is what I'm going to use for my upkeep, maybe in my old age, assuming I'm almost retiring and have that kind of lump sum, it means then my principal, the 30 million that I put in that fund, is being eaten by inflation. Because what makes that a viable investment is the power of compound interest. Which means if I'm assessing the money that, the interest that I'm making from that particular contract, then my principal is being beaten by inflation. Yeah? Now, if I did that construction, I would fetch still the same amount. I'll access the same amount for my upkeep. At the same time, the assets that I put up is appreciating in value. Yeah? And because now we also think about posterity, the next of kin and the generations to come. They still find that building there. Assuming one has maybe this kind of amount and they put in a liquid investment, yeah, maybe they put like 30 million and maybe you have like 5 sons, yeah, or maybe you have 5 or 6 independents. In case you're not there today, maybe tomorrow, you find that those independents are going to get each one maybe like 5 million or so. That maybe some of them will squander within no time, assuming they're already in the age of majority. If you give today a Gen Z 5 million, they buy a nice car, they pay it, music, what. In 6 months down the round, they have nothing. But if you give that asset to them, that is generating income, and it is a fixed asset, even the process of disposing it is quite tedious. They aren't likely to do it overnight, as compared to when you leave them and then the cash.
Wow.
Also, let's also think about posterity. Yeah. So the first factor that determines how fast to recover your money or the maybe return on investment is source of capital. But if you're putting up a house by a borrowed money, if you maybe some bank constructing for you, or maybe these developers that you just agree, you have a MOU, you take 80%, see what, I'm telling you, it's waste of time. You'd rather not even have it. The return on investment maximum is 3%. Are we together?
Yeah.
Another factor that determines how fast to recover your money or maybe the return on that investment is the target market. The target market determines the kind of size of the houses, even the design, the size of the rooms. Yeah, are you going to provide some maybe special amenities, parking, so on and so forth. The finishes are also determined by the kind of people that want to attract for your premises. And again, it also depends with the premium that we intend to charge for the same premises. Yeah. So by the end of the day, if you consider all that, because you cannot have 3-bedroom houses, you mix them with 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom bed-sitters and single rooms. Yeah. In many cases, you find that you may the occupancy of that the house or maybe the premises might be very low. because you can't mix all those people in the same compound. Yeah. So again, when you're doing rent houses, they are of maybe 3 categories. You have high risk houses, you have medium risk, and you have low risk. A house that is costing maybe a premium of like house rent of like 7,000 and below, that is the single rooms and the like, are high risk. Yeah. In case that person fails to pay rent for 2 months, 3 months, the kind of assets that have in that house, the kind of households cannot fetch that money. So if they miss to pay rent for 3 months, I'm telling you for free, the chances of them getting lost with the money are very high.
Very high, true.
Nakwambia ati miezi 3 na nyumba ni 21,000 haizi lipa.
Ati unampea 1 2 3 21
haizi lipa. Again, that's a medium risk. There are people who are in 2-bedroom houses not because they are able, but because of the situation. Maybe you have boys and girls, they can't mix them in the same room and the like. So it's being forced. They are forced by circumstances to go for those rooms. But the majority of them are family people who are working and they are making some income that can sustain them in those rooms. And those are maybe houses you need maybe an estate planner to work for you. The estate agents, the one who take corrective premium on behalf of landlords. A house that has a premium of 20,000 and above, that's low risk. Someone who's taking a house of 20,000 and above, this is someone who knows they have to pay the deposit, they have to pay the first premium, that is 40,000, they have to pay for water, deposit for electricity, so on and so forth. Maybe even the logistics, the movie logistics is quite expensive. So that this person maybe even to settle is maybe costing him or her like maybe over 80 to 100,000 or even beyond. So basically, any house rent going beyond 20,000 and above, it's low risk. Actually, those houses don't even require those agents to collect a premium on behalf of the owners. So basically, they are just factors that you need to consider before you put in those investments. But as far as I'm concerned, for factors that I've just explained, for me, doing rent houses is good. But then take time. The money market fund, the bank deposits, the treasury bills, the insurance products, all those liquid investments are the best vehicles to raise money or to raise maybe resources to put up those houses or to put up those kind of investments. Take time. The problem, the challenge that people have is rushing those projects. You don't have the resources, maybe you have a piece of land, maybe you don't have the resources, you go now to borrow to put up those houses. It's a zero work. Yeah. If one has 2, 3, 4 pieces of land, dispose some. Yeah, put up the one that is in a maybe a strategic place, and then with the time, whatever structure you put up is going to replace the ones that you dispose. Yeah. So when you're doing these liquid investments, let's do it objectively. Yeah. Let's just have some take some time to raise those resources to help us put those structures, if not for anything else, for our to provide income in our permanent income in our old age, at the same time for posterity.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. Umenirudishia swali langu vizuri sana. Niwajokeria rikiria giakwa wega muno na nindakena na ringi mwiroreri wi haria u ni arakoretwo akigua miario githii na mbere guku ng'enda-ini maybe kuma kuri andu mari na maritwa makiuga ati kuigithia kuri rentals ni undu wa gute mahinda kana ti undu mwega no ni wagikorwo kimacokeria mwiroreri ni wakorwo kigua uria Mr. Kiogora akorwo agitwira ati kuigithia kuri manyumba ma gukomborithia ni undu wa bata. Mwiroreri wa Othaya Global no wagikorwo ugithomithio maingi megi kigina na ni njui ni wakorwo ukinorwo na wakorwo ukimenya maundu maria fati gukorwo gika. Hau ni ho gwikirira gaturumo tabarira itu ya muthenya wa umuthi nginya hindi wengi ritwa riakwa ni Warenga Wangũya.